Alright, so we're going to be doing a new recipe today, new kind of dish. I'm going to be making chicken wings sticky. So I'm going to be roasting them in the oven and then cover them with a nice sticky glazy sauce, Vietnamese style or Vietnamese flavours. So let's just get started. Alright, so we want fish sauce, about 4 tablespoons, so 2, 3, 4, that's probably more, but that's fine. Some black pepper. We're not going to do any salt because fish sauce is quite salty. So that's about half a teaspoon of black pepper, and now we want 2 tablespoons of sugar. So the amount of sugar is half the amount of fish sauce. So I'm taking my chicken wings. I got them pre-cut because it was cheaper by the kilo, getting them pre-done, which is unusual, but not complaining. So I'm just going to dump these chickens in. So I got 2 packets. It's just over, a little over 2 kilos. And just with my hands, I'm just going to move them around and get them all nice and coated and marinated in this fish sauce mixture. Right, so we're just going to cover this with some plastic. And now this is going to go into the fridge to marinate for at least 2 hours, and it will probably be about 2 hours until I come back to cook them. Alright, so it's been 3 hours. We got the oven preheated at 200 degrees Celsius. I'm just going to give this a quick toss around, and then we'll start getting them into our trays. With most of the skin, I prefer to put them down because we're going to be flipping them around halfway through. So with our skin side there, if that's down, when we flip them, it will then come nice and crispy, rather than getting that skin nice and crispy, flipping them, and then it's not going to be nice and crispy. So we want to start with skin sides down, and we also don't want to overcrowd. Alright, so I've got 4 trays in total here. They are going to go into the oven at 200 degrees Celsius. I'm going to have 2 on the top rack, 2 on the bottom rack. And I'm going to put the timer on for 25 minutes. Once the timer comes off, I'm going to flip each individual wing over and then rotate the 2 on the rack. 2 on the top will then go to the bottom, and the 2 on the bottom will then go to the top for a further 25 minutes, and then they'll be done. Alright, so we got 5 minutes left on the oven. I got my pan on here with medium heat. I'm going to add some oil. And I diced up, well, actually got Nick to dice up for me 10 garlic cloves, but they were kind of small. I'm going to keep a little bit here for the fried rice. I'm going to do the rest here. So it's probably like a tablespoon worth of garlic minced. And with that, I got some red chili flakes. I'm going to be adding in about half a teaspoon worth. These ones are quite spicy, so I generally do prefer to get them mild, just more for the flavour rather than the spice. If they were mild, I probably would have added a teaspoon, but because they are quite spicy, there is a bit of heat to these ones. I'm just going to do half a teaspoon, and we're just going to let this heat up once it does heat up. Alright, now we're getting a little bit of a sizzle on these, so that is great. We're going to add another 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. Actually, I honestly don't even have much hoisin sauce left, so I'm just gonna chuck the rest of this in rather than just saving a little bit. So it's probably closer to 3 tablespoons worth. And we want 1 tablespoon of sugar. And we just want this to come up to a simmer and get the sugar nice and dissolved. Wings are out of the oven. This is coming up to a simmer and I can't feel any sugar. So, wings are now all going to go into the sauce. And just give these all a nice coat. So they should all hopefully get a nice coating on. We don't want them drenched in sauce, just a nice sticky coating. Alright, so that's what they're looking like. I've got the heat turned off and I'm just going to leave them onto the hob. As you can see, these wings are tender. The meat is falling apart with me trying to toss them. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave them now, but they're all nice and coated. My plate of food. Please ignore my appearance. It is so hot. It's so hot. I need a shower. I'm so sweaty. But of course, let's try this rice. First time making fried rice in a wok. That's so yum. I'm like shoveling it in my mouth. I'm so hungry, but I'm actually really nervous because I'm still recovering from my dental surgery, and I had a wisdom tooth pulled and it still has a hole in my gum. So I don't want rice to go on it. Alright. So the wing, let's try it. Wow. Wow. It is so tender, it's just coming off the bone. For very few ingredients. It is probably the best wings I've made. That's incredible. One more wing. I just got my plate on the bench and there's a fly hovering around, but it didn't end up crisping up in the oven like I was hoping, but it's fine. Quite sweet, but so good. And that hint of chili as well. Oh, that's really good. I love how you get sauce on your fingers. I do have a fried rice recipe, a video. I'll leave that link below. I wouldn't mind making, I wouldn't mind making another one though, using the wok, because it's so different. I'm just trying to clear off all the rice from my mouth. So that is all for today's video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Bye! Alright, so Luna, no. Go on, get. We got the oven preheated. It's been about 3 hours. We got the oven preheated at 200 degrees Celsius. Alright, so it's been 3 hours.